So when you've got your screen set up and onto the stand that you've purchased it with, the next step is to set the screen up completely. So the first part is to set up the hand sanitizer tank that's inside of the locker door. For this you'll need the locker door key as well as the hand sanitizer tank key to get it out of the locker door initially. And then once you've got your hand sanitizer tank out, you can use the key to open the top and fill it with your hand sanitizer. This can be either liquid or gel. So once you've filled that, go ahead and place the top back on, lock it with the key, and then use the locker door key to open the locker door. Now before you put it in, you're going to want to make sure it's in the on position. There are 3 notches on the bottom, one being off, one being 1 dose, and one being 2 dose. And it's completely up to you if you have it on 1 or 2 dose. Now there'll be some mounting holes here to fit onto the screws on the inside. So you just slot that in there, and that'll stay there nicely. And then you need to connect the power cable on the side into the side of the tank. You can then close the locker door, and that's your hand sanitizer tank set up. And the next part is for the setup of the screen in order to get its content. Now there are 3 work modes for this. There are LAN, Wi-Fi and standalone. If you're using standalone, it's a case of plugging in the USB with your content on it and it will copy straight across. With LAN, you plug in your Ethernet cable and it should get that internet connection directly. But with Wi-Fi, you'll need to connect to the Wi-Fi using the remote. Now, the infrared sensor is on the right-hand side of the screen. So if it's already playing content, you'll need to press stop and you need to make sure you're on this blue home screen. You then press setup and go into system control, and you'll need to check the work mode. If you're using LAN and it's in either Wi-Fi or standalone, or maybe Wi-Fi and it's in LAN or standalone, you'll need to select work mode, select the work mode you want. So for this we'll be using Wi-Fi, and then you'll need to select the back button at the top, and then if you go left and down to exit and select that with play, it would ask you to reboot to save changes, and then as soon as it comes back up, again if it plays content, you'll need to press stop to go back to the blue screen, press setup again, go to network settings, and then Wi-Fi settings. You can then select your Wi-Fi, and then you'll see the orange outline around the password box. So you select that with play, and that will bring up the on-screen keyboard. You can then use the on-screen keyboard to type in your password. And then once you've typed in your password, you'll need to exit the keyboard by going down and right to the back button at the bottom right of that keyboard. Select that with play, and then you can go down to connect. Perfect, so now it's connected, you can go ahead and just press setup on the remote again, and that will now connect to your network as well as to My Signage portal. If you've already got content published, it will begin downloading, but if not, you can go ahead and get some content published.